Hello Capricorn, welcome to your reading. So this week, my dear Capricorns, we are looking at your current and future archetype energies. Well, I won't say archetype because I'm using an archetype deck. It's the first time, well, I've gone through it all week, but I always save the best for last, Capricorn. So we're using this deck. I still have the Wild Unknown archetype deck, but I got this one and I've been using it, and it's kind of fun to change it up because the messages, they change a little bit. And life is all about change. So we're going to do that. We're going to look at, as I said, your current and your future. I'm going to dig through that and try to get some guidance in terms of what you've been working on, what you've been healing. There is an extended at the end of this. If you were drawn to it, the link is at the top of the description. In the extended, I look at the energy that exists between your current and your future. I felt, actually, before turning on the camera, I felt like a really grounded energy with you guys today. And then another energy started coming through, which I only ever pick up here. I really do. And it's not to say that it doesn't exist in some of the other videos or signs that people go to. But I think it's heavy in this group, and I like it. And I'm getting that very strongly today. It's that kind of a witchy, warlock, wizardy energy. I'm really feeling that. I'm very grounded. So I say that like really connected to earth, really connected with herbs, really connected with moon cycles, with the stars, the weather, really connected. I really feel that like coming through right now. It's kind of a really, I like it. It's a little bit like the combination of magic and reality, you know, like it's cool. So let's get started and see what you got. What you got to share, Capricorn. The sweetest of the Capricorns. So current and future energy. Oh, I know this. Interesting. Okay, so for your current, I'm going to take it. You got 3. And it's not, because I'm not using this, like this really goes into deep, deep detail. I am using it actually in the extended for the in-between. But so it's okay to have 3. So you have Child Eternal, determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. There's that kind of magical energy that I was picking up on. This is interesting. Then you have Gossip. Awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. Now there's a shadow attribute to this. I'm gonna read it out for you, only because to me I associate gossip with always being a shadow attribute, but it's giving it a light attribute, which, as I said, awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. Oh, I see how this is positive. Like you could be involved in a group of people or with a group and there's some sort of gossip going on. Or maybe it might not even be like gossip in... It's kind of like the word envy. I feel like there's some words in the English language that just have so much stigma, and this is what it's associated with. And it's hard for us to see beyond that. But this could even be just like a back and forth conversation about, you know, how to move forward on something or how to make a plan. It could even be at work. And in some ways almost being like a mediator. That's what I'm getting with this light attribute for gossip. A little bit like the mediator, where maybe there's 2 sides here, and by whatever you add to this, people feel trust in you because it's honoring trust. Either A, because you don't spill other people's beans in a conversation, and B, because you do highlight what each group is trying to say. So the shadow part to this thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. Yeah, that's what you associate with gossip, right? Like that's what I would. Like, why? You don't need to talk about people like that. And I don't really feel like that kind of energy coming from my channel. So I think it's the light attribute. And I have been focusing on that all week unless I was really pulled into the dark. I was only pulled, or the shadow. I was only pulled into the shadow, I think, because my own interpretation of gossip is kind of the shadow. But I like the light attributes, so we can all learn here, right? Then you have Priest. Light attributes. Facilitates spiritual commitments, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. That's kind of that witchy, warlocky that I feel there. Yeah, I think it's funny. I feel like I'm dressed for you guys in kind of like a, I was really looking at it on the card, I'm like, I'm very biased right now. It's kind of like, I just need like a little white collar. This is a really black shirt, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, really, I feel like it's sitting that. Like, the child, combining all three of these is so interesting. It really, 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 really is. It's coming into connection with your deeper self and using that on a spiritual level, but also using it in the group. Yeah, it's a very strong leadership coming through in a very unique way. That's your current. So your future archetype energy. What is your future? Oh, you got one. You've got one that's upright. There's two here that are not. I'm going to keep them. I feel like there's some sort of a side note. You have the Poet. Expresses soul insights in symbolic language. That could be, well, poetry. It could be writing verses, writing a short story, a long story, journaling, making a song. Did I say that? Yeah. But symbolic language can be many things. It can be hieroglyphics, it can be artwork, it can be images. It's almost like taking all this energy that you have in the current and then making it something kind of touchable and real that people could maybe associate with, or it helps to, it basically grounding what you have going on right here. Oh my God. You got the Mediator and the Queen were the other two that came out. What did I just say that the Gossip card felt like? So the Mediator says, gifts for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect for both sides of an argument. That's too crazy. But and then you have Queen. Radiates the regal feminine. Uses her benevolent authority to protect others. I feel like it's a side note. Like it could, because it came out face down, so maybe it's just something to say yes. It is something to do with the Mediator. Don't get caught up in what the shadow, don't get caught up in what we associate gossip to be. It's not that. So now, whoa, what a split you got. So now I'm going into my energy oracle. You have carrying commitments in the heart chakra. Powerful, powerful love, energy. Carrying commitment, door to spirit. Look at you. Very much like a Mediator and carrying commitment, door to romance. All right, Capricorn. All right, the current. Your I was going to say your kernel. I was thinking about making some popcorn. Oh, it's messy. They're kind of getting messy. Again, we have 2 down and 2 up. So you have action in the 6th chakra. So taking action, also hearing inspiring action to be taken by being this, having this Gossip card and this priestly energy. And with the 6th chakra, really enlightening others, and also through doing that, enlightening yourself. If you ever get to the point where you just enlighten others and you're like, yeah, I know it all, well, you need to go back to the drawing board because we're never all finished being enlightened. If you were, you'd be going to another planet. What do you have here? You have patience and anxiety. These were the 2 that were face down. I feel like they're face down because you're done with it. I feel like they're face down because you're finishing that for whatever reason. You're finished either being anxious about having to wait, to balance energies. How will I do this? Balance emotions, healing. Maybe I'm hearing too anxiety and things that you have lack of control of. But it's face down. I like that it's face down. It's like, yeah, no, leave that there because these don't feel like that energy. So your future. An energy oracle deck for the future. We have the Poet. and the journey. Look at that. Pack your bags, get ready to go. I really don't know where you'd be going right now. Where the world is. Anywhere for a while. But it's like the Fool card. I really feel, I mean, it's number 2. It's interesting that it's number 2, which is a High Priestess, right? Yeah, I'm really bad at remembering what they're numbered. It's like 0, Fool, 1, Magician, 2, High Priestess, 3, Empress, 4, Emperor, 5, Hierophant, 6, I can do it. So, but the way it's like ready to take this leap of faith, to jump off the bridge, my bags are packed, I know the universe has got my arm, got my hand here. I will guide myself using my intuition. So you are driving yourself toward action, which is what this felt like. Because this feels like kind of grounding and making a reality out of ideas and thoughts and dreams and impressions. Blossoming abundance is at the bottom. Well, that's nice. So, now we're going to go into the tarot. So it's really funny, like the last few readings have been pretty, say, like they're just coming out really open. I think the, if you didn't see it, the Oakmen reading that I did, well, came out Sunday, which is a few days ago. You've probably seen it by now. I got so much from that reading myself, and I found it very healing, and it really opened up either like my crown and my crown chakra and my 6th chakra for myself. And I don't know, I just found after doing that, like the readings have been like a piece of cake. Where you guys are just really getting stuff sorted out here, making it so much easier. Of course, it's always famous last words. I say that. Let's see what comes out here. Except for Leo. I don't know what it was about Leo. Leo was unusual. It's so funny, like you have the Hierophant here, and it's kind of like a bit of that energy with the priest that I was talking about, the witchy warlocky energy. What have you been working on? It's the Hierophant. So I'm going to hold these all up, and then I'm going to kind of give you a recap of what is going on. We're going to congeal it all. So what have you been healing is the Knight of Pentacles. Perhaps slow movement. Really sticking to a plan and not being too sure about deviating from it at all. I like this Knight of Pentacles is actually looking right towards the Hierophant. So what you've been healing is what you've been working on. You've been healing the slow movement that perhaps... But it's slow. But like the Knight of Pentacles is known as the knight that really always gets there. Gets to where they need to be. Where they need to be. Maybe not necessarily where you thought you would be, but it's where you need to be. And with the Hierophant, this is having a deeper spiritual connection here. There's a lot of positive feeling I'm getting through. Like your current energy. What you've been working on healing. And what is starting to blossom is the King of Cups. He has appeared here a few times this week in this exact same spot. So healing your deeper feelings. You've healed that through whatever you've been doing over here. This is all masculine energy. And then on this side it's feminine. How fascinating. It's all masculine energy. And healing the masculine aspect of yourself too. Healing your divine masculine, whether you're feminine or masculine. We all have a divine feminine and masculine within us, our yin and our yang. You've been healing your yang. It's been a slow process, and two, it feels like it may have a lot to do with what's been expected of you in the past with the Hierophant. slowly really looking at this. I can't get over how much this Nine of Pentacles is just looking at this. And the King of Cups is looking away from that. So what's blossoming here is it's almost as if you're moving away from this, moving away from healing the structures around you, the commitments, the understanding of what those are and what they have been, and looking forward, really just with this very intuitive, flowing, loving, creative energy. All masculine here. And then here, in the future, what will you finish working on? I love it. It's the Nine of Swords. That's what I feel like this anxiety card is. If it was a tarot card, to me, it'd be like the Nine of Swords, and this would be Temperance. Remember? And they were face down. So that's what you're going to finish working on. No more of that. They're face down. No more. Working through it. Releasing whatever it is that you have no control over. What is that saying? God, give me the strength to change the things I can and to recognize the things that I can't, or something like that. I'm so bad. That's right. Right? Like, that's kind of like what that is there. What will be healed is the Ace of Swords. Your truth, understanding your truth, your new beginning in your truth, owning it, seeing things very, very clearly, as opposed to seeing things through a fog or illusion or confusion. And there you just have the one single sword of clarity. The one single sword of clarity will be healed. And I feel like it has a lot to do with the process that you're currently engaged in, which is like a healing of the divine masculine within you. And what will be ready to harvest is the Queen of Swords. You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, the Ace of Swords, I guess it's, you know, it could be male or female or anything. Binary, but here, on either side, there's the feminine. So it's like, once this divine masculine inside you is finished healing, then you start releasing the divine feminine. You release the divine feminine energy within you of the burdens of the past. You understand your clear truth, and you move forward in that truth. You move forward with a very open-minded, yes, kind of strategic, I tell you, because you have a white crow on the shoulder too. So your thinking is clear, yet you are, which is, okay, here we go, yeah. The sixth chakra, because she has the white crow. I'm sorry, they're kind of washed out in the sunlight. She has this white crow, which is a beautiful spiritual, like, advisor, like a connection with the divine, connection with the universe, connection with your deeper self. So going forward in whatever strategy or plans that you clearly see for yourself, but being led on kind of a divine course. And not really deviating from that. The Queen of Swords is known for cutting things out, but she can also, because of the clear thinking, the strategy, the open mind, she can also avoid things prior to having to cut them out, right? Like nipping it in the bud, like, no, that's not where we're going, or that's not where I'm going over here, I'm going to do this. So very, very clear thinking. Oh, check this out. Look at these cards now. It's fascinating because I noticed that with these cards we had masculine depiction here and then feminine depiction here. Every single one of the archetype cards is feminine on this side as well. There's feminine taking the leap. There's the feminine poet. There's the feminine mediator. And then there's the queen. And then on this side, we have feminine, masculine. It's like a more mature feminine guiding like a young boy. But then look at this gossip card. It's like a masculine energy with a feminine. Oh, wow. There's a whole evolution going on in these cards. Okay, I'll catch up to that in a second. And then we have the masculine here with the feminine below. This is fascinating. Lily. Lily's laying in her bed. She's soaking up the sun. I don't know what she hears. Somebody's outside. This is beautiful. This is such an evolution that's being told in the depiction of these cards in your current energy. So we see here, like I said, it's like an older feminine. It could be a mother, it could be a sister, however you want to take that. It could be an aunt, but kind of guiding the masculine. And the masculine is depicted as like a child here, right? The child eternal. There has been some healing going on with the internal masculine child within you. So whether that is, again, it doesn't matter if you're male or female. We all have these aspects within us. And I see this as whatever healing has been going on here, it's as if the opposite energy that supported you somehow in life, whether you're male or female, whatever the opposite energy was, there was some sort of nurturing that went on in that process for you in your child. I'm not getting a lot of what caused any pain or hurt in the inner child of the masculine. I'm just getting that it was nurtured perhaps by a mother or an aunt or someone. But then this, I'm really drawn to the ages that are changing through these cards and the interactions between the masculine and the feminine. And then this almost to me looks like teenagers or very young adults. And now the masculine is engaged in something that could look like more of like the shadow, what the shadow is, because it's this dark energy coming out of his mouth, right? Like this dark energy coming out of his mouth. That feels like a point in time. It's almost like something happened between these 2 points in time that is not being told. But all we need to know, because everybody's story is different, is there was a time of joy and happiness, and then something happened between here, and that shifted a perspective on masculine and feminine relationships. This has been very strong coming through the channel this week. And here we are, Capricorn at the top, cap it all off. And then here, it started like the after effects of whatever that was that occurred between the younger child and sort of like the young adult starts to come out. And it may not be as negative as that, but there may have been times in your life when you were younger when you were engaged in at least sharing ideas or expressions to others that were based on pain and hurt in the past. But you didn't know yet. You didn't have time to heal that. And then here I see, but the masculine is in a beautiful way now engaged in healing the feminine. Again, it's like something happens. Something happens between these 2 points that we don't know. But we can see the shift again. And now it's supportive and it's caring and it's loving. And this is where you ended here with the King of Cups. With what is ready to blossom. It's like the divine masculine for, obviously for those that are here at the reading, that recognize themselves as masculine. This is a little bit easier for them to perhaps relate to. But we all have masculine and feminine within us. So there is something masculine that's been healing within you. It could be responsibilities. It could be motivation towards things that you want to get and achieve in life. It could be leadership qualities that you've had to understand within yourself. Control issues. And all of this though is opened up. Look at now with the priest, like with these beautiful wings and then the wings of the 6th chakra of Archangel Metatron. And Metatron is also, I believe, the archangel that is about geometry, sacred geometry. So math and geometrics. Opening up to that. Wow, that's really interesting. How that played out like that, right? Look at this. The bottom you have the 10 of Wands, And then you have the King of Pentacles. So the burden again with the masculine energy. And this is theirs, really yours. But when the burden is dropped, what do you do but come out fully, really fully and strongly in your own energy, in your own element, in your own strength. Dropping the burdens of the past, releasing those. Oh, these guys have really nice beards. like so flowy. Look at this guy's beard. It's so nice. And look at this guy's beard. His hair and his beard, they're like so nice. And look at this one. It's like, I don't know that the feminine want to have a beard. I don't know. My son always jokes with me. He says, Mommy, when are you going to grow a beard? I do not want to grow a beard. I hope that doesn't happen. I really hope that does not happen. I'm going to keep eating my soy to prevent that from happening. That's interesting. That's really beautiful, Capricorn. I'm going to put one card on your journey here. Because it's not coming through real strong. Maybe it's yet to be written. Because you're still approaching this Ace of Swords with the Queen of Swords. Maybe it is yet to be written. Let's pull a wee card out on the journey ahead for Capricorn. The journey card for Capricorn. The journey for Capricorn. The Five of Wands, the Five of Cups, the Ace of Cups. Look at that. That's so great. It's literally pushing past confusion, conflict, which also includes inner conflict and maybe even conflict outside of you, pushing past these conflicts, pushing past things that didn't work out, things that you've been disappointed in the past. Releasing yourself of this burden and releasing others of this burden and having a brand new beginning. Oh, I love how now we have, this could be either moving forward for you and someone else, but I definitely feel strongly there is a divine feminine and masculine within you coming together in a very beautifully balanced way. A very beautifully balanced way. That's the journey ahead. Where you're going into your future. Where you're going into your future. So I'm going to push these out a little bit because that's good. That was a really cool reading, Capricorn. Thank you guys. I knew you would finish the week well. I'm going to go do the extended. If I see you there, great. If not, I do hope to see you here next week. Oh yeah, because next week I'm doing 2021 release and receive. So yeah, I'm kind of excited but also apprehensive about doing New Year readings, right? Like, I don't know. We have to take everything with a grain of salt and just see what happens. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.